What's up everyone, Crimshot here, and I'm going to be reacting to Goblin Slayer episode 6. Last time it was kind of like a daily routine type of thing in town. We kind of followed like a pair of adventurers that were trying to recruit the priestess on the previous episode, and they were kind of rude to the Goblin Slayer, so when they were asking around for help, turns out that the only thing that was helpful was asking for advice on the Goblin Slayer, using the club. And then Goblin Slayer was like an observer for an exam, and this one examinee, or I forget, is it examinee? I keep on, yeah, forget it. It's the guy who was thinking he was, all that. And then it turns out that the girl on the right side, she was what was it? She sensed lie. That was it. She's able to call bull. Whenever someone lies, she's able to call him out. And yeah, the guy actually found treasure. Didn't let the party know, his other teammates, and so he made off with most of the rewards. And because of that, he got demoted. And he's no longer able to take quests at that office of the guild. So he's all pissed and all that. And there was this one part where it looked like he attacked this receptionist, and then Goblin Slayer protected her. But then it kind of like goes back to like a time before that. So I'm guessing it was like a visualization of what the guy sensed, or what Goblin Slayer sensed. Anyway, it didn't happen. But then he got a note, not a note, it was a request for a goblin slaying, and it was the quest for the goblin slaying came from someone that the girl on the right mentioned being the sword maiden, a really powerful person who fought with very powerful beings of evil, and that person is requesting help from the Goblin Slayer. So I'm curious to see how that goes. With that, let's just get right into it. Oh, what is going on right here? She's a sacrifice? Damn. Who are these guys? Okay. So she was a hero. Watertown. Goblin Slayer in the Watertown. There are options. That's true. I agree with the dwarf. He would have just gone off on his own without saying anything before. Okay. No waterboarding the goblins. Why not? Well, they're getting along. Figures the Watertown would be in the middle of a lake. Has he been there before? Oh, okay. The girl from the farm told him that? Okay. Is that a building that's like for her? Yep. Temple of Law. The Archbishop of the Supreme God. I guess she's the only one who knows who he was referring to. Yeah, the Sword Maiden. Why would a very important person request the Goblin Slayer? The second highest rank. She's only second ranked? She wears a blindfold? She does. She can still tell. This kind of reminds me of Near Automata at this point. Because 2B always had the blind. Ooh. Why are children kidnapped? Hmm. Well, it's a water town, so there must be, yeah, channels underground for the water to flow and stuff. And they dwell underground. Underground ruins. Nobody wants them? Or, no, they died. Oh, she heard the song too. Why do they need to survive? It's like, I don't know if I'll save it, but let's kill some zombies. Go. No water, fire, or poison. Now he's delegating roles. Oh wow. Right into the action. It's what I expected. It's such a terrible memory. What is... Oh wow. They got their own boat and everything. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a whole city of goblins down there. Yeah. What was he gonna throw? Was that pepper? Strong tail. That's a very different stone blast from the last time. Oh, that doesn't. That ain't a goblin. A swamp dragon. Okay. To think that they actually have boats full of goblins down in the sewers. Okay, that's smart. Let the alligator do the work. Ooh. I love how they're just nonchalantly just talking about it, like, oh yeah, that's what I believe in, stuff like that. And then you just see like goblins being ripped apart by an alligator in the foreground. That's true. Someone's scheming. Conspiracy? No. Oh, that's a big goblin. Hobgoblin? No. It's probably like a champion or that other thing that he was talking about when he first met those other party members. That's what I think. Alright, that was my reaction to episode 6. They made it to the town, met up with the Sword Maiden, got the details from her about like how, they found out about him through the song, same like the other party members. Uh, they got the best way to go down on the ground. And it's like the military is like, it's just goblins. We don't wanna deploy for that type of reason. So she had no choice but to go with the Goblin Slayer. So they went underground because that's totally where they were, right? And there were a lot more goblins. Because in the last time when they were doing that mission or the quest to go and slay goblins with the party members for the first time, they went into the ruins, but it wasn't very apparent that they would show up right away. In this one, it was just right into the action. And by the time it was transitioned from when they left the temple to underground, they had already done 4 battles previously with the goblins. What was surprising was they actually had boats going down in the sewers. That was a bit too much. And like I said, while I was reacting, I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a city down here of goblins, if they have like boats, gondolas, things going on. But yeah, that was actually pretty smart. Once they saw the alligator, what they call the swamp dragon, put the put the miracle light on his tail, and then the goblins just came. Uh, I think my favorite part was when they were just talking about it like normal, and then in the foreground you just see the alligator ripping apart goblins and eating them, and they were just like calmly just observing from behind. But yeah, at the very end we saw like this really huge goblin because they were with everything that was going on, they didn't know that the goblins didn't know about the alligator, because if they did, they wouldn't have used the boats like Goblin Slayer said. There's a lot of things that point to there being someone setting, what was it? There's a lot of hints that are pointing to like this isn't done naturally. If it was just goblins themselves, it has to be some outer force, some third party or whatever. But it looks like it was just a really big goblin. And going back to what he mentioned back like in episode 4 or 3 about a hero or champion, it's got to be one of those, right? Because then the one that's just a little bit bigger, the next stage from a goblin would be a hobgoblin. I don't know if there's anything in between that, but then there's just champion and then hero, I guess. Why would a goblin have like a hero class? That doesn't make sense. Anyway, there was also at the very beginning, we got a look of like a hero taking out like skeletons, a secret sect or whatever, save the girl from being sacrificed. And I don't know if those characters will come into play later on. It looks like they might. She's like a hero that actually goes around with a sword and devastates, evil. I feel like Goblin Slayer will run into her in her party later. Not anytime soon, but they introduced those characters, and that got me thinking, okay, these characters are going to be used later on probably. Other than that, episode was not bad. I'm expecting more from the next one. Again, the champion or hero goblin that I'm guessing that's what that silhouette was, because it was obvious it was a goblin with the ears, and it was like a green, I think. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say about this one. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Shoots.